So very clearly Guru Nanak Dev Ji has already told us what Sachkhand is. Remember that Guru Nanak here in the Khands isn't giving us any new concepts. Guru Nanak Dev Ji has given us all the ideas already. Guru has already explained all these things. Now Guru is simply showing us the direction in which we will encounter these things, how to find them. And we find them by walking the steps, starting with Dharam Khand, Gyan Khand, Saram Khand. Then, the point at which we have nothing more to do, the grace comes, Karam Khand, and then Sachkhand. So, Tithe Lo Lo Akar. Another way to look at this is by looking at Sachkhand as a state of consciousness, a state of experience. What is the experience of someone who is now in Sachkhand? Tithe Lo Lo Akar. It is light beyond light. It is prakash. It is radiance. It is brilliance. It is the brightness of infinite suns. There, in that state of consciousness, is the brightness of countless suns. So this is this final state of unified consciousness where you see the infinite creativity in action, where worlds are being created from. You're connecting to that being where worlds are being created. What is it that decides when a star is going to collapse? What is it that creates new stars and new planets? That creative force of that entire universe, that is where Guru Nanak Dev Ji has been, and that is what he is describing. And he says there, Jiv Jiv Hokum Tive Tiv Kar. Jiv Jiv, as is the Hukum, the command, as is the command, Tive Tiv Kar, so is the creative expression. So we're talking about not creativity, we're talking about the impulse of creativity, that which is deciding what needs to be created. Jiv Jiv Hukum, as that creative force is commanding, so everything is just falling into place. Nothing is happening outside of Hukum. Guru Nanak Dev Ji has done something phenomenal here. Guru Nanak Dev Ji has brought the entire Japji Sahib background into a loop to where it began. The very first question of Japji Sahib was, Give Sachiara Hoye. How do I find this Sach? How do I break falsehood? Give Kude Tutte Pal, Hukum Rajaye Chalana. It starts and ends with the natural order of the universe. Where Guru is concluding the whole thing, he reminds us that it's still the story of Hukum. I'm still only talking about Hukum. Jiv Jiv Hukum, Tive Tiv Kar. So Sachkhand is the expression of Hukum. Sachkhand is about Hukum, is about the natural law of the universe. This is the place where scientific laws are being created. The law of gravity, the law of sound, the law of light, mass, energy, matter, physics, chemistry, biochemistry, biology. I won't say it's a place, because Sachkhand isn't a place. Otherwise we delude ourselves by thinking that we are here and Sachkhand is somewhere else. Sachkhand is a vibration. It is the start of vibration. It is beyond the vibration. It is the creation of vibration itself. Where is that vibration being created? So Sachkhand is the place where natural laws are being created. This is where the suns are instructed to shine. And this is where all lives are given their roles, their duties. And to merge with this permanent truth means to be carried along with the natural order of the universe. If you want to know what this Sach is, you have to go with what that Sach is doing. We cannot go against Hukum. We cannot argue with Hukum. We cannot resist when Hukum chooses to go a particular way. That is not the way of the saints. Reality, as it is where you will find the divine. And this is the crux of it all. This is the supreme perspective on the spiritual path, the acceptance of the natural order of the universe. Jiv jiv hukum, tve tivkar, vekhe vigse kar vichar. Remember in Pauri 31, Guruji says, kar kar vekhe sirjanhar. Guruji says the same thing here. Vekhe vigse kar vichar. It is observing and it is blissful. It is vigse, it is joyful. It is so happy. It is observing and enjoying the acts of its own creation, and it is contemplating its own greatness. So the oneness is joyfully observing its command and its commands being carried out. It loves watching the universe unfold. And it is not concerned with how the universe affects individuals. We're concerned with how the universe affects us, but the oneness knows that it is us. It does not see creation as good and destruction as bad, life as positive and death as negative. It is all part of this cycle, this circle of life. So, to connect with Sachkhand, to find heaven on earth, is to rejoice in the sacred will of nature. As the universe is doing, so we should rejoice in what that universe is doing. Nanak katana karada sar. Guru Nanak Dev Ji says, to describe this, katana, to describe karada, is as difficult as iron. It is as hard as iron. To describe this is as hard as iron. How will Guru Nanak Dev Ji describe that state where he himself exists and from where he is talking? From which consciousness is he describing, and to whom is he describing? What words can Guru Nanak Dev Ji say to the simple mind that is locked within the body, within the mind, that is limited by time and limited by its own subjective experiences? How can Guru Nanak Dev Ji, where he is sitting, try and even describe this? How can he describe the vastness of the universe and the force that is controlling it? Guru Nanak Dev Ji says that it is as difficult as iron, trying to mold iron with your bare hands, trying to chew iron. It is so difficult, it cannot be done. No matter how hard you try, this is an impossible task. And such is the impossibility of narrating the state of permanence, this Sachkhand. So, the end of this journey is where the identity of the individual has disappeared and you realize your true identity is that of God. You are God and you always have been. There has never been a moment when you and God have been separated. And on this spiritual journey, you may sit in your meditation and you may try to find, what is God? Who am I? And we go on our journeys to try and find this answer, to try and answer these questions. But the answer is always in the very last place you look. The answer is you. You are not the limited body that you think you are. You are such, you are permanent. There is something from which your body has been created. There is something from which your mind, your consciousness has been created. You are that. You are not what you've always known yourself to be. You are part of a permanent truth that creates all of these things. That permanent truth that resides in everything. Think about the way the planets revolve around suns, the way that moons revolve around planets is the same way in which cells and atoms within your body are revolving around each other. You are a universe within a universe. There is a microcosm within a macrocosm. And with this realization, you then begin to lose a sense of your beginning and your end. If the way your very body is made up of tiny objects revolving around each other, if you are made of tiny, tiny little planets and solar systems within you, and you exist within another solar system, then where do you begin? Where do you end? Where is you? Who are you? And the point at which you begin to lose this distinction between me and everything else, when you realize that I am the universe and the universe is me, that is the point at which you will find Sachkhand. Bhagat Pipa Ji describes this perfectly when he says, Jo Brahmande Soi Pinde, that which is the universe is also the body. Jo Khoja So Pave, who looks for it within the body will find it. The point at which you realize that you yourself are stardust, you are the planets, you are made of solar systems within solar systems, that is the point at which your identity is completely dissolved and you will merge with the divine. Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh.